talking about Dead Space, a game that makes you feel powerless. This isn't a game where you're a god mowing down your enemies and saving the girl. Absolutely not. You play as one man trapped on one spaceship with one task: to save yourself. Dead Space was created in a time when EA and Visceral Games weren't thinking about microtransactions and loot boxes. We were thinking about making a really good game with a really good story to just scare the living pants off of you. The story of Dead Space is like this. Humanity is just a persevering bunch. We love to explore things, and we finally explored into space. We are planet crackers. We are destroying planets and shipping them back to Earth, taking our resources and doing it for our own will. But along with our exploration, we love to discover things, and on our discoveries, we found a cube called the Maker. This cube, it emits energy, unlimited amounts of energy. So humanity didn't stop to think whether they should, and only thought about whether they can. Using the cube, things start to go awry. Humans start turning into creatures of undead origins with violent tendencies. Whole crews are being wiped out. This is where Dead Space 1 starts. Isaac and his crew are tasked with going towards the very first ship and trying to fix it because it stopped operating and it's not sending any more signals out. So they were tasked to go and try and solve the ship. Well, not solve it, but try and save the ship and see if the crew members are still alive. On their first arrival, their ship crashes, goes inside the ship, and that's where the horrors start. Isaac's crew starts getting wiped out one by one, until it's just Isaac, alone, by himself, stranded in space, still taking up the task of trying to survive and fix the ship. I feel bad for Isaac. This man in Dead Space 1, 2, and 3, he's always stuck between a rock and a hard place. Dead Space monsters are actually really smart. They know how to catch up to you. Dead Space is a jump scare game. It is a game that loves to tap you on the shoulder on the left side and smack you in the right side. It always makes you look over your shoulder and wonder if you should even bother going down that corridor to explore. Always seeming to somehow keep you just enough ammo to survive. Dead Space's environment is absolutely amazing. Even when Dead Space puts you in rooms that are massive and gigantic, it somehow finds a way to keep you tiny and small. Along with the environment, I just really want to talk about the suit. The suit and the weapons. So Isaac's suit is basically the whole HUD. Like, you know how in video games you'll get the HUD, you'll get your ammo, you'll get your map. But no, Isaac's suit is everything. And it's such a unique way of doing it because this is supposed to be a horror game. You shouldn't have the ability to just pause out of your fears. I mean, you can still technically pause. If you want to pull up the map, the world is still moving. If you want to pull up your ammos and your weapon customizations, the world is still moving. Oh, you want to be in you want to go to the shop screen? Well, you better make sure this room is empty or everything is gonna murder you. With Isaac's suit, though, it's all just holograms. When you pull up a weapon, there's a hologram telling you the ammo. If you pull up the map, it's a light beam that comes off your chest as a hologram and shows you your surrounding areas. Your health bar is literally on your back, running up your spine, and your crisis, your freeze ability is also on your back. You are put into this situation where, even though this is a third-person shooter, you still feel like you're claustrophobic. This isn't a Five Nights at Freddy's where you're sat in a chair and you're told to look in a couple of directions. This is very much If you want to look around you, you have to rotate your whole character. There's, ooh. Along with Isaac's suit, Isaac is also an engineer. Well, that's his primary task. He is sent here to fix the ship. So he customizes and fixes tools to use for planet cracking. So he takes these tools and he just customizes them, changes them. You have a plasma cutter. You have rivet bolts. You are basically using your tools that you'd use to fix your ship on these creatures, which just even adds to a layer of damn. We're not even given a gun. I mean, you get one gun. It's the worst weapon in the goddamn game, but you're given a gun. The only thing I hate about DeadSpace is the shop. I do not like that shop. They do get it a little bit better in Dead Space 2, but for the most part, I can't get behind it.